Rugrats was the original mascot for Nickelodeon back in the day, before it was dethroned by SpongeBob. It ran from '91 to 2004 with 3 movies, several games, toys, books, spin-offs, and more. Today we're taking a look at one of the many games based on the show. One I didn't know that even existed till looking it up.
There! Open! Hey! It's broken!
So I could decide if I really wanted to bother with another I Review Everything compilation down the road, especially since those videos never do well as the individual ones, go figure. Anyways, this is totally Angelica, a game all about Angelica Pickles, the evil brat that abuses the babies for her own sick gang nearly every episode of the show. Why would anyone want a video game based on that?
I meant to do that.
The plot is Angelica breaks her new toy and demands the babies help her host a fashion show, where she will win because she's Angelica. So you have to run around, complete mini games, and earn new fashion pieces to do the catwalk and try to earn enough points to win and move on to the next level of the shopping mall and win the game. Why?
How can I not win? Look at me, I'm stunting! Maybe you need a new look. Back to the mall!
Just as the game looks, it plays like Dookie as well. It's very tankish with a mix of delay input. Sometimes I move and sometimes I don't, even when I press the buttons. It's a mixed bag experience. In fact, it makes several of these mini games unplayable. So let's cover those.
Fumbles.
There's roughly 2 or 3 mini games per floor as you move up the mall. Each one revolves around something about Angelica like Cookies, Fluffy, and Cynthia. But there's also other mini games where you play as the Rugrats, like trying to pull a Metal Gear Solid and sneak past Grandpa with a box. Good luck, as it's impossible to control, and you will get caught every single time.
Snake, are you okay? Snake? Snake!
The cookie catching game has you slowly moving side to side to catch fast moving cookies being thrown at the floor. And if you're not always moving, you will miss. Also, if you're not in the exact right spot, you will not catch the cookies, even though it's clearly in the right spot but doesn't register.
So much for not playing with your food. That's the way the cookie fumbles.
You could play a game where you must match the Cynthia doll by picking the right pieces, which is lame.
It's gotta be around here somewhere. Am I good or what?
The yarn ball maze is confusing and left me feeling sick.
Now Fluffy's having a ball.
Then there's a frog catching minigame, but it doesn't work half the time. There's a delay input, you see. If you try to catch the frog, most of the time it won't work. As you press the button, it takes a few seconds to register, and if the frogs aren't in the exact right spot, you won't catch it, even though it's clearly right there and you touch the frogs. But it doesn't matter because the game decides when it wants to work and not work. Lame. The end goal is just to get enough pieces to put together an outfit for the fashion show. Good luck, as it means replaying the same minigame several times to get one new shirt, pants, shoes, makeup, wig, you name it. Plus, you won't get everything till later on in the game, meaning early on, you'll get low scores galore and have to keep redoing the fashion show to rack up enough points to move on to the next floor of the mall. Each minigame rewards a single category of fashion, so you need to replay each of them 3 or 4 times or even more to get everything. Eventually, you start piecing things together. You can wow the judges better, or don't, because it's stupid, and I want my 30 minutes of life back, you piece of shit game.
I'm a supermodel. I guess that look is us.
At the end of the day, Rugrats Totally Angelica is exactly the reason why she was never beloved in the show. She's obnoxious and vile, with nothing likable about her. Why give her her own game? It's like giving Jar Jar Binks his own... Oh, wait. Never mind. Yeah, I'm never covering that shit. Also, this game is just awful. I cannot say much positively about Totally Angelica other than it made my day worse, like having to go to the DMV to renew my license. Easy thumbs down, and one of the worst games I've ever played. Anyways, that's it for this video. See you all later.
I meant to do that.
After playing the atrocity that was Totally Angelica, I decided I should give the game that's directly a sequel to Search for Reptar, a game I love and want to cover one day, a game that's one of the best-selling PlayStation 1 games of all time. Go figure. Rugrats were just that huge back in the day, folks. But sadly, this sequel falls flat, with many faults, which we'll cover. But first, we should cover the plot. Why are the babies on a Hollywood studio anyways?
Hot set now. It must be 100 degrees out here.
You call this hot? Back in my day, it wasn't hot unless you were on fire.
Pop, back in your day, they didn't have fire.
Shush, you two. This is fascinating. Stars eat here.
And imitation meat products.
So the family was having a trip to the studio for a tour when the babies run away like usual, and Dill finds himself locked up in a secure room where a door where several keyholes are. You must get all the keys to unlock the door and save Dill. Yeah, no, they could keep Dill. I always hated that little turd.
Come on, you guys. We got to search this whole studio to find the rest of those keys and rescue that kid. Dill. Once we got a key, it goes in that locky thing. Let's go! It's showtime, babies!
Arr! Ahoy, matey! You're latey! The Captain Cookie's crew is ready to set sail! Go through yonder doors and choose a set to start filming. See you on the set, landlubber!
The first studio set I tried was the pirate one. Good God, what a bad first impression of the game. You ever wanted a clone of Sonic R from the Sega Saturn? No? Too bad. You have to play it several times to get keys for later on reasons I'll explain later. Till then, let's cover the other minigames, cause I have nothing else to say about a motherfucking Sonic R clone.
Just try and stop me now!
The second minigame is Tag, where you just run around and try to tag every baby out of the game in the Sonic R racetrack level now repurposed for Tag. It's boring and takes forever. Much like the last minigame where you must run around, avoid touching hazards, collect blue keys, and locate and open a large chest to complete each level. This takes forever, and one false move, you lose a random key and have to run all the way back to get it. Lame. Oh, also, there's a putt-putt minigame. No.
I always wanted to be a cowgirl.
Well, if it ain't Susie the Kid.
Yeah!
This counter ain't big enough for the both of us, so I'll leave. Mosey on in and start filming your Western epic, Lazy Saddles. Get along, little Susie.
worst section of the game is easily Lazy Saddles, where you play as Susie and the others. The theme is Wild West, a boring oversaturated genre I wish that would die off. Honestly, never liked Western shit, especially Red Dead Redemption 2. Ugh. But yeah, the minigames are a shooting gallery and minecart Pac-Man style minigame where you have to collect gold nuggets in each level within a time limit to win. All the while, respawning enemies attack you and make you lose all your progress with no way to fight back. Lame.
Boy, race car drivers just keep getting younger and younger. The crew's ready to film the big race scenes, so put it in high gear and peel out through those doors.
Neat!
If you can reach the gas pedal, that is.
This set is all about racing. Thank goodness it's not Sonic R for Sega Saturn. No, instead it's a Mario Kart clone, with 3 levels each, more difficult than the last, with a bonus level locked till you beat the game. Yeah, no thanks. So you just play as a random Rugrat in each level, and try to get first place in each race. If you don't, you have to restart. Yikes, some old school Mario Kart levels of bullshit right there. I don't miss those days.
Gotta run! Let's do lunch.
Now, it's about points and trying to get first for the most, but can still come out on top. Thank God too. But Diapies of Thunder doesn't follow modern Mario Kart rules. It's old school, and I'm not a fan of that. But thankfully, unlike Mario Kart, the AI doesn't rubber band, meaning if you get ahead, it's nothing but smooth sailing, which I do enjoy. There's several items you can get, like a chocolate milk bottle for temporary invincibility, a cookie for speed boost, diaper traps, which is like the banana peel, and a beach ball, which is the green shell reskinned, with 3 tracks ranging in sharp turns, hazards, length, and aggressive AI. It's actually the only good part of the game. Why couldn't we just have an entire Mario Kart clone video game based on the Rugrats instead?
I don't know what I'm doing!
Oh, great. I ask for Captain Kirk and they send me Mr. Spook. Well, get ready. You're going where no baby has gone before. Outside space! And I'm gonna be sent to the moon if I don't finish this scene.
The last set is about outer space, or more precise, outside space, with 3 mini games about platforming, driving, and shooting. The platforming one just shows how bad the controls are. Like most games with jumping mechanics, it's held back by one of the oldest tropes in gaming. If you're too close to the edge, you cannot jump and will just fall to your death trope. Because of bad programming 101, which is still an issue to this day, that's even in modern Mario games. Enough said.
Cut! Talk about starting at the bottom.
The driving has you controlling a horribly controlling spacecraft and running over various aliens. Alien vehicular genocide? Alright, this wasn't that bad, but the controls and camera didn't help. A sad truth to the PlayStation 1 was always in the controls and camera work of even the best of PlayStation 1 games. The last minigame is the shooting gallery reskin from Lazy Saddles, except now it's space lasers and asteroids. Just blast everything and pass each of the sections to get a key. Boring. But it turns out, even if you get a bunch of keys, it's not enough, as you need even more than the 7 or so for the first door, as a second door is shown. What a middle finger, and yes, you have to insert several more keys There's no pattern or right keyhole to choose. I looked it up, and it's random every time. You just have to get another 20 or so keys and try again. So that means replaying every single minigame several more times and getting several more Reptar bars to get a bonus key. Yeah, fuck that, I'm out. Fuck this game with 1,000-degree tire iron. At the end of the day, this lazy asset flip of unoriginality left me wanting nothing more than to scratch my nails on a chalkboard with a megaphone to amplify the cursed audio, on top of having a horse tear my ass like 2 guys 1 horse and eat elephant shit covered zucchini bread. This game is just pure agony in a jewel case. Anyways, yeah, Rugrats Studio Tour is a piece of shit, just like Totally Angelica. The PS1 is full of so much trash and obsolete controlling trash at that. This is one of them, and I cannot stress this enough. Why couldn't they just give us a Rugrats Mario Kart clone instead? It was the only good part of this game. Too bad, so sad. I'm glad I didn't grow up with this turd of a game. It would have led me to swear more than be even more angry too. It's an easy thumbs down with a single star. My ears and eyes need a break from the PlayStation 1 era of garbage for a while. Anyways, that's it for this video. See you all later. Even though I already reviewed this last year for the Nintendo 64, I might as well tackle the PlayStation 1 version of Rugrats in Paris, the movie game, as well. Even though it's the same game, it controls just somehow worse, and also in turn looks a million times worse. And also, the audio is nails on a chalkboard.
Wait, if this is where Reptar lives, why doesn't he save the princess?
So let's get this over with so I can move on to the other Rugrats games and finish up yet another compilation series. This is Rugrats in Paris, the game for PlayStation 1, and boy howdy, did I wish I never bothered playing it.
To go in there and save her, you guys! Yeah!
Robo Snail has taken the princess. We must get enough gold tickets to get the Reptar helmet and wake up Reptar to have him beat Robo Snail and save the princess. That's the plot, and it's not fun either. So let's cover the controls next, or whatever they decide to call these, because these aren't controls. If you think the Nintendo 64 version had bad controls, just wait till you play the PlayStation 1 version of multi-platform games. Oh god, is it always a million times worse. Everything is so clunky and tankish. It makes the original Resident Evil play like Call of Duty Modern Warfare in turn. This also makes it hard to play and win the minigames, which you need to get the golden tickets in order to beat the game. But you can't because of the bad controls, and on top of that, all minigames come with unnecessarily high requirements in order to complete each round in order to finally win a golden ticket. The very first minigame you should come across is the baseball toss one. You just have to aim at the right spot and time your throw. Hit the target to make sure you get every one of them as possible. As each round, things get more challenging and new rules come into play, such as in the third and final round, where you have a select amount of balls to throw and must hit the majority of targets, otherwise game over, start all over again, and hope you win. Each time you win, you get a single golden ticket. Honestly, I don't really like this, as it feels kind of wonky. Sometimes it's sluggish in moving the crosshair around, and at other times it's too sensitive. One minigame that will boil your blood is the bumper cars one, as you must bump into other Rugrats characters and collect their balloons. Whoever has the most balloons when the time runs out wins. During the game, crates will spawn in, crash into them to litter the area with more balloons. Eventually, the balloons will pop, so if you miss out, they're gone forever. Honestly, it's okay, but the controls are always the deal breaker with any game, and it's not that good. The turns are hard to make as they're very wide, and the bumping can throw you off.
Almost knocked me out of my diaper!
How do you mess up skee ball? It's skee ball. Well, Rugrats in Paris found a way, as no matter how you throw the balls, it will either go into the gutter or only net you a small amount of points out of the many you need to win the golden ticket, let alone progress to the next round. This minigame just sucks.
Oops.
Want something so boring you wonder why did they even bother? This is the goo ride, where you must pop all the balloons in the area with the bumper car and a very slow moving car in tight turns with narrow corridors, and it's a slug, and I'd rather go get a colonoscopy. Remember Kung Fu Chucky? Hopefully not, that was awful. But here we are with a minigame all about that, where you run around in a fixed camera that only changes when it wants to, and that gets in the way as you attack wooden boards. Eventually the boards turn into walking abominations. These board men then run around and you have to defeat them again and 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 again, and I hate it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
The one minigame that's quite fun but still has the BS of the high point requirement to get is Whack-A-Ninja. The controls are smooth and responsive. You just have to use the face buttons X, square, triangle, and circle to hit the ninjas, and goo creatures for bonus points, and avoid hitting the Care Bears. There's only like one more minigame, and that's golf. Yeah, not touching that. So let's talk the prizes and get this review over with. The prizes seem pointless outside of the helmet, as you just need the helmet to control Reptar for the final part of the game. Yet that didn't work as the game glitched and I wasn't allowed to progress. Go figure. If the recording software didn't glitch when I first played this game, you'd have a lot more glitchy gameplay footage. But sadly, I'm not experiencing them in this playthrough. Go figure. Just when I needed the footage, Nvidia Shadowplay crapped out like the game. So after restarting my computer and playing the game again, realizing I had to start all over as the save data didn't register, oh goody gumdrops, this is definitely not going to affect the review score at all. Nope, 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 nope. After cheating to get the tickets, as I'm not replaying all the minigames all over again, I got all the prizes to only find out the telescope is stupid and pointless, as it just shows one art picture of each of the Rugrats. Lame. The puzzle pieces are to solve puzzles, which if you fail to place the pieces in the right spot, the balloons pop. If you lose all the balloons, game over, start all over again. Yeah, no thanks. I'm bored and frustrated enough with this garbage game. As for the Reptar helmet, I couldn't even tell you, cause like I said, the game glitched out and I couldn't progress. I tried following walkthroughs, but nothing is working on my end. Oh well, time for the score. I want to drop this piece of shit game already.
I got to keep trying.
At the end of the day, Rugrats in Paris, the video game for PlayStation 1, is an even worse version of the Nintendo 64 version, which makes sense, that's how it was back then. I don't even know how they did it, but they did it, folks. Give a hand to the developers on such a feat, to make a bad game even worse on another platform. That's true talent right there. But yeah, this game sucks and I do not recommend it. From its awful controls to its glitchy nature and saving issues, it's just another garbage licensed game based on a TV show, and it belongs in the trash with the many other garbage TV show games. Anyways, that's it for this video. See you all later, if I haven't gone insane from playing all these shit games. Finally, it's time to cover the last Rugrats game for the PlayStation 1. Also one I remember fondly, given I've played it like crazy well over a decade ago. But time isn't kind of video games. In fact, video games are the one form of entertainment that needs to be maintained the most. After about 5 years or so, most games are awful visually, and start to control poorly as mechanics and graphics continue to evolve. What was once state of the art is now a freaking joke to the average gamer. And after playing through this game again after a decade basically for this review, I can safely say it's not that good anymore. But also, it's still better than the other Rugrats games for PlayStation 1. So let's jump into this game already and cover why it's actually worth your time, despite some of these issues. The plot revolves around the Rugrats watching Reptar and playing pretend. But when Tommy wants his Reptar puzzle, they only find one piece. So the Rugrats now have to play a variety of mini-games, mostly as Tommy, around the Pickles house based on various episodes and concepts from the show up to that point. And upon completing these levels, they will earn a puzzle piece. And the goal is to collect them all and complete the puzzle.
Either a lot of the puzzle pieces are missing, or it's the easiest puzzle ever.
The pieces must be all over the house.
It's okay, kids. Here, have a ball.
We'll find all you, Reptar, even if we got to search the whole wide world.
So let's cover the controls real quick. They're not good. In fact, I consider them to be some of the worst I've ever dealt with up to this point in my 29 years of life. But then again, it's the PlayStation 1 after all. It was never good with controls. So much so early on, they didn't even have analog sticks or rumble. It wasn't until the DualShock came out ripping off Nintendo 64's rumble pack and controller's analog stick. PlayStation was always that annoying little brother, copying the older sibling. At times, you will move in the direction you want, but then the camera wonks out and the controls start acting up, and now they're backwards. So at times, left means right, right means left, up means backwards, and backwards means forward. This gets in the way of the platforming sections, and yes, there's an awful lot of awful platforming in this game. But I endured and completed the game despite these controls not being good. I just didn't complete one of the levels because I would have to restart the entire thing, and that was Circus Angelicus. So mediocre controls aside, let's talk about the over a dozen levels to play in this game.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh!
Oh boy, a brand new friend to meet. You can call me Mr. Friend. You'll never ever be bored again.
The first level I found was one of the classic episodes about Mr. Friend. But unlike the episode, it's just Tommy in the basement fighting 4 of Mr. Fiend over the course of 2 waves. To beat them, you need to grab any object like soda cans or the toy ball and throw it at them. However, this isn't as easy as it sounds due to the controls. You need to turn to face them as they move fast towards you in a group, easily cornering you if you're not always moving. Plus the hit detection is a bit spotty. Sometimes it doesn't even register the collision, but once you beat the 4 Mr. Fiends, it's over.
Babies 1, scary old robots, not 1. Yay! I beated him!
Oh! What happened? My creations! My beautiful creations!
Now, Stu, maybe the world just wasn't ready for Mr. Friend. Let's go upstairs and think of a new toy.
I haven't golfed in ages. I'm taking the kids for ice cream, Deed. This is gonna be great.
Second level I tried was Ice Cream Mountain, the episode where Stu and Drew argued over putt-putt golf. Meanwhile, the babies went on an adventure to find Ice Cream Mountain itself. But here, the babies are actually playing putt-putt golf. Yeah, let's just say it's not great. Not only is this a pain to control, but the meter for power isn't always right. Sometimes you hit hard, but once you hit the ball, it barely moves. Plus, you can only mess up a few times before you have to retry the entire level.
You need to shut the fuck up!
It's a total of 8 holes, and they get harder and harder. I honestly just hate it. I hate golf. I hate putt-putt golf. I'm not a fan of sports really, outside of things like hunting since you can shoot and kill things, or fishing because deep fried beer battered catfish nuggets in the middle of summer is good. Even wrestling just because it's a sport where you can make people cry in severe pain as you smash a steel chair into the back of their skull.
Great job, kids. Now I'm going to get you all the ice cream you can eat, because it's free.
Hiya, Sprouts. It's almost time for my potato salad.
Pop, don't.
Pop, you're scaring the children.
Potato salad sticks to my teeth, so I'm taking them out.
If you do, nobody else will be able to eat. Please, Pop, just stick to Jell-O molds.
This'll be our little secret, eh, Sprouts? I can't wait to sink my gums into that potato salad. What the? Ah! My teeth! That confounded dog stole my teeth! I can't play my trumpet without my teeth!
We got to get Grandpa's teeth back.
I don't know, Tommy. The park's so big, we might not find him till we're grown-ups.
Grandpa needs us, Chucky. Come on, we got to find Spike.
So this level is about that one episode where Grandpa loses his teeth during the veterans event at the park, with it being broken up into 3 sections. The first is navigating the hedge maze with Chucky, trying to find the exit and avoiding the geese lurking within. The second part is about chasing the goose with Grandpa's teeth, jumping over obstacles and just trying to keep up. The last section has you throwing pucks at the goose while trying to not hit Chucky, which is a little hard to do because I just don't like Chucky, so I want to actually hurt him.
I'll never see my teeth. What the? My teeth!
You know, it's scary. Your teeth come out and get lost, and sometimes big geeses eat them.
Good part is you could eat potato salad forever.
You babies are gonna be in my circus! Yay! A circus! I don't know, Angelica. I don't like circuses.
All right, everybody, there's not gonna be any circus because Chucky doesn't want us to have one. But circuses is fun, Chucky. Don't you want us to have any fun, Chucky?
Angelica, I changed my mind. I want to be in the circus.
The second worst level of the game is by far Circus Angelicus. You have 3 sections, and if you mess up 3 times throughout the whole level, you lose and have to start all over again. Yeah, screw that. I give it a fair try though, but it's the only level I didn't complete and didn't have to. In fact, you can miss out on several levels and still complete the game. You just need to grab enough Reptar bars to earn a bonus puzzle piece. So the first section has you controlling Spike and jumping over the poles a few times.
The amazing and stupendous flying DeVilles will race their tricycle of doom up the ramp and over the treacherous pond, landing directly into the bullseye.
The second has you playing as Phil and Lil on a tricycle trying to jump on a ramp onto a trampoline and hitting the target. But the last part is the worst. You control Angelica and you have to be 100% precise with the bar to jump with enough power and in the right direction to make Chucky fly into the leaf pile. Absolutely one of the worst things in this game. Screw this level, moving on.
Chucky! We can't have a circus without a human candy ball. That's it. We're starting all over again.
Nope.
Tommy?
Let Mommy turn on your nightlight, sweetie.
That'll keep those shadow monsters away, champ.
Stu, you're going to frighten him.
This new invention is going to put Pickles toys on the map.
Another level based on an episode that plays different. You control Tommy and use a flashlight to scare off shadow monsters, trying to open the fridge to let the light back in. But you can't because you need Spike. So you run around the house trying to find him. If your flashlight starts to run low, just grab a battery to recharge the thing. It's not hard at all, just the controls and camera being the only real challenge. Once you find Spike, it's right to the ending. It's very simple and a short level, but has a nice atmosphere, and I always like it when kids shows had some horror and darkness to them. That's also why Courage the Cowardly Dog is my favorite cartoon of all time.
Tommy, you're too young for midnight snacks.
I fixed the fuse, Deed.
You light up my life, honey.
Good job. I've been looking for this. Now I can see if my paper is scooped for news again.
Come on, Pop, that's not news. Those tabloids make all that up.
They tell the truth. Your real news doesn't dare. See, right here. A whole family taken by aliens from outer space. They fly around in the middle of the night and suck you right out of bed. Whoop, up to the mothership.
Come on, champ. Time for bed. Good night, champ. Sleep tight.
If you like having more than 3 frames per second in your game, then avoid this level. It really tanks and becomes choppy like no tomorrow, as you're abducted by aliens, but instead of playing as Tommy or the others, you control Angelica using the remote that's a mini Death Star shooting robots and trying to find the exit. Again, it's the controls of camera that play against you that's the hardest part, but it's still fun and a simple level just like the last one was. Eventually you find the fish guy and go into zero gravity, but this is the worst part because of the controls. For some reason they swapped once you enter the air duct system, so you'll go backwards instead of forwards or to the left instead of right. But once you find your way through the level, it's over and very abrupt. If it wasn't for the controls, I probably would have completed this under 2 minutes basically.
Angelica! You on Earth! I hope you babies fall into a black hole and can't climb out!
Jumping Jehoshaphat, we're out of fudgy dingling bars.
Pop, that's the 5th box this week.
Oh, go ahead, deny me my fudgy dingling bars, the one real pleasure left me in my twilight years.
If you want them so bad, why don't you do the shopping once in a while?
Fine. Come on, Scout.
We need those fudgy dingling bars. We can't live without those fudgy dingling bars. So let's go shopping. I loved this episode back in the day, and still do. But the level itself showcases this game's atrocious platforming. Fighting the controls, and trying to turn the face the right way. But to miss the jump because you jumped too far, let alone you can't jump because you were too close to the edge and the jump button doesn't register. It's one of the most challenging levels by far, if not the most challenging outside of Circus Angelicus and Ice Cream Mountain.
I feel like a bunny rabbit except with a diaper.
You first navigate the platforming over produce shelves and scales, then having to throw pies at Larry and Steve, which isn't that hard to do.
Wahoo!
Watch it! Ouch!
Larry, clean up on aisle 7.
Your turn, dude.
No way!
Hey, man, I cleaned up the sodas.
Well, I just mopped up the baby powder.
Forget you.
Forget you too, man.
Hey, it worked!
But things get more challenging as you need to avoid slippery ice water leaky puddles by walking slowly, avoiding lobsters, throwing cans at them, and swinging doors, as well as possessed egg cartons that like to throw eggs at you. I don't even understand how that works.
I think this milk's gone bad.
Then we reach the end of the level with a boss battle. You have to throw cans at a giant blue lobster and his minions, trying to distract him so you can actually climb on the boxes near him and activate a switch to send him away. Forget this level. Forget it, man.
Yay! Reptar! Whee!
$6.15. Huh. How'd you get down there, Scout? Yeah, well, never mind that. Let's go.
Hey, my old Thorg doll from Toy Palace. Toy Palace. If you want to go. Dee Dee, I'm taking Tommy and Chucky to the store.
So we're off to the Toy Palace episode, where we control Chucky. Great! Just fucking great, just what I always wanted to do. And avoid hazards like toy arrows and evil clowns, just trying to make it to the end to find Tommy, at which we have to deal with the giant gorilla. Just like the episode, we have to activate Reptar to save us. To do so, we need boxes to climb up to the switch to activate him. This involves a lot of platforming, but in the end, it wasn't so bad.
Halt, I am Reptar. Halt, I am Reptar. Halt, I am Reptar.
Get him, Reptar! It's terrible! I get one! Yay!
Tommy, Chucky, where were you? I'm so glad to see you again. I had to bribe a security guard to let me in here. Lucky I had those donuts.
Look, Chucky, I found a captain for our boat. I don't know. Maybe we shouldn't play with Angelica's toys. We just need her for a little while. Come on. Oh, Cynthia! Cynthia! Where's my Cynthia? I'm not telling Angelica we lost Cynthia, no way. Maybe she won't even notice. Ah! All right, which one of you babies took Cynthia? We both did. It's our fault. We needed a captain for our boat. So we borrowed Cynthia. And then the water went really fast. If I don't get Cynthia back, I'll turn you babies into applesauce. Find Cynthia!
Well, we're off to the sewers. Glad I dropped the sewer count gag several reviews ago. Probably at 12 or so by now if I didn't. Either way, we control Spike and have to find Cynthia. This involves lots and lots of platforming with awful controls and camera. You'll miss the jumps and hit the nasty sewage water, which rapidly drains your health, represented by the bone in the lower right-hand corner.
Did nobody want you around? Not even your parents want you! What's wrong with you?
After navigating the sewers, avoiding pipes, puddles, water, and rats, sadly no cancer mouse to be seen, we have a timer to find Cynthia outside the sewage pipe, which is the easiest part of the level by far. Screw this level.
What's that? Oh, Spike! You found her! Good dog! Cynthia! Ha! They're my cookies now! It's empty! But someone's baking more! And if you think you're getting any, forget it! Just try and beat me to the kitchen!
Another easy level is Cookie Race. Just beat Angelica to the kitchen by running from the upstairs room to the kitchen. It's not that hard. The trick is to avoid being near her as she can block you and jump down the stairs instead of crawl down them, without a care in the world for what will happen to your developing ankles. After that, it's a breeze with an easy lead, but the reward is just a few Reptar bars. If you gather all of the cookies as well along the way, you'll get even more bonus Reptar bars. Once you collect enough Reptar bars, like about 20 I think of them, you get a Reptar puzzle piece. So that way you don't have to actually play through all the major level minigames, especially if there's ones you don't like Circus Angelicus.
That's my Easter egg! They're all mine unless you can tile to them first, huh?
These collect all or a certain amount of an item within a time limit levels are by far some of the easiest and most relaxing ones. It's not hard to find them all within the time limit, but the camera can be a pain, so be ready to deal with that, trying to get all these eggs. Once you do, you get some Reptar bars, and that's it. At least we get to see Angelica cry. I mean, there's something at least.
Hey baby, you missed an egg! Your head!
You sure you'll be alright with the kids?
Of course. You and Betty go enjoy yourselves.
Well, alright. We'll be back in a couple of hours.
Yes!
Yes!
Now you kids play nice and stay out of trouble, while we enjoy the Ultra Bowl.
Fixed up something special for you, Sprout.
Bottles are for babies. Wow! Chocolate milk! Chocolate milk! Chocolate milk? But that's for grown-ups like me! No, it's not! Give me that!
While not a fan of football at all, much like golf or tennis, boxing, MMA, cricket, baseball, basketball, NASCAR, you name it, this level is based on the football game where the dads and grandpa watch the game and the Rugrats drink all of the chocolate milk, not letting Angelica get anything. At first, I struggled with it because of the controls, but the second time around, it was very easy. Again, it's just another bonus level where you can earn some bonus Reptar bars. It's nothing great.
Who was watching her?
Uh-oh.
Let's clean you up.
Aha! Give me all your cookies! No, Angelica! My mommy made them for us to eat! Hey, give me those!
This level went by so fast I forgot it even happened until making this review. Just like the last one, you consume all the cookies and avoid letting Angelica get anything. If she gets close, just toss the box to another Rugrat and eat them all. Easy enough.
Hey, you ate them all! It's for your own good, Angelica! Those babies wish they could slide as good as me. I meant to do that. Hey, a nickel! I'm gonna be rich. I bet there's a bazillion nickels around here, just waiting to be found. And I know just who my nickel finders is gonna be. Hey,
Hey, baby! There's nickels in this here park, and you're gonna find them so you can give them all to me. Now start looking!
The nickel episode was one I never liked. In fact, I thought it was boring. Here, you control Phil collecting a bunch of nickels within a time limit. You don't even need to grab them all, just a set amount. Golden coins give you more, so keep an eye out for them. It's an okay level, as it's over pretty quickly and doesn't overstay its welcome. But like the other bonus levels, it's just for Reptar bars.
You did it! I can't believe you did it! And I'm rich! I'm rich! I'm rich!
Okay, now let's look for worms.
Yeah, I'm hungry. Look at this amazing antique mirror I got at Colden Oldies. It's a genuine Louis XIV looking glass. It should look very classical in the bathroom. Now, where did I leave that 17th century calendar?
Uh-oh. Everything's downside up. I must be in Mirrorland. I got to get up to the mirror so I can go through it and get back to Norman. Good job, Spike. If I can get enough balloons, I'll float up to the mirror. Or is it down? I don't know, but I better start looking.
Speaking of bonus levels, the last one is Mirrorland. Unlike the episode, you're actually upside down. The entire level is flipped. You now run around the ceiling and need to grab all the balloons. Each color has a crate you need to find, and then run around and gather them all within a time limit. The timer is only active once the crate breaks open, with all the balloons being free to collect. It's a simple, fun little change of pace given its layout.
It worked! I'm back!
Once you find all the Reptar puzzle pieces, you have to put it together. Upon doing so, unlocks the final level. Which is so easy, it's a joke. You just run around as Reptar and have to find City Hall. There's no danger or timer, it's very straightforward as well. There's not much in the way of destruction, but you can jump attack, swing, or fire breath at various objects and buildings. Once you find City Hall, it's over. Then the credits roll, as you've beaten the game. It only took me about an hour and 30 minutes to complete this game. It's not that very long. As for the others section, I have to call out the bad audio quality. It's a mix of muffled and popping. You could hear it during the cutscenes in between recordings. So you also know what I mean when I say, damn, it's not that good. But it's the PlayStation 1. Again, it's just part of the platform. You won't notice this with multi-platform games, with the Nintendo 64 version having superior graphics, frame rate, and audio quality, as well as controls and load times. But yeah, it's not good here, but it's not a deal breaker. At least the music is good and based off the show. Also, the camera is a pain. Again, I need to bring this up, it's awful, alongside the controls at times, like the zero-G section of Visitors from Outer Space, or during the platforming sections like Incident on Aisle 7, or The 7 Voyages of Cynthia. Plus, the game has the common issue with all games with jumping mechanics. If you're too close to the edge, you won't jump even if you press the button, so you just fall instead. God, I hate that issue, and it's still a thing in modern games too. Other than that, I have nothing else to really say. Let's get this video over with. Honestly, I make these things long sometimes, and I don't like to do that. At the end of the day, Rugrats' search for Reptar has aged not so great. Yet it's also still a fun game despite its shortcomings of controls, graphics, performance, and camera. It's still one of the best Rugrats games. Do I have to replay it after all these years? I have to give Royal Ransom the crown for best Rugrats game. It's got less problems and controls way better. For now, but video games age poorly in many departments. And one day, we will look back at the PlayStation 2 and 3 in the same way we look at the PlayStation 1 and Nintendo 64. Eventually, enough time will pass, and those 6th and 7th generation games will look and control poorly, just as the 5th generation and every generation before it. Video games are the one form of entertainment that needs the most upkeep. Eventually, you will need to remaster or remake a game. As for Rugrats Search for Reptar, it's a borderline great game that I wish someone would remake. It's still fun and worth checking out, despite some complaints. This is officially the last Rugrats game for the PlayStation 1 that I've covered. Now on to the compilation. Then maybe one day, all Rugrats games I've missed. Anyways, that's it for this video. See you all later.